Today we've got the Toyota RAV4 and the Nissan Rogue.
The RAV4 is the best-selling crossover. In fact, the best-selling passenger vehicle in North America. So this is a good one. Let's get into it.
The Toyota RAV4 has a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine with an 8-speed automatic transmission, 203 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. Front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive are both available.
The Nissan Rogue also has a 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine with both front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. It's matched, however, to a continuously variable transmission. It has less horsepower and torque compared to the RAV, 181 horsepower and 181 pound-feet of torque.
The RAV4 comes with 3 powertrains, gas, hybrid, and a PHEV. We're focusing on the gas model in our comparison. It handles well, has a smooth and comfortable drive, and it takes corners with ease. When you're cruising at a steady speed, you'll feel the power is adequate. But if you ask it to do a little bit more, like go up a steep hill or accelerate quickly, the noise level in the cabin increases.
The Nissan Rogue is all new and it comes with independent rear suspension and a stiffer chassis. The driving experience is a huge improvement over the previous model. It feels more refined and there's less engine noise compared to the previous model and certainly less than the RAV4. It gets a modest boost in horsepower over the last model, but it is quite responsive and the steering doesn't feel as light as the outgoing model. So the biggest difference with these mechanically is the Rogue comes with a continuously variable transmission and the RAV4 comes with a conventional 8-speed automatic. And there are 2 camps in this world. People who absolutely hate CVTs and wouldn't consider one, and those who could care less.
Yeah, and I think the biggest problem with Nissan is that they had some issues with their CVT. So some of those people who may consider a CVT have a question mark around this Nissan Rogue CVT.
All we can say is that we drive these vehicles as brand new, refreshed and updated models. And in the time that we spent with it, we thought that the CVT and the Rogue and the way it drove was excellent. I think they did a very, very good job. The big question mark a lot of people are going to say, well, what's it going to be like when it's got, 100,000 miles on it or something like that?
Sure. One thing I can say is that the Rogue is more of a refined drive. It has a much quieter cabin than the RAV4 gas model. There is a big difference. And for me, a quiet cabin is important.
And when we get into the interior amenities, there's a bit of a difference here with these 2 products.
The Rogue is 2.1 inches longer than the RAV4, but the Toyota is half an inch wider and taller than the Rogue. The RAV4 has a rugged, boxy, and sporty look to it. It comes standard with LED headlights, a temporary spare tire, 17-inch wheels. 18 and 19-inch wheels are available on other trims. Fog lamps, a moonroof, and a power rear door are standard on the XLE trim and above. LED fog lamps and a power rear door with a kick sensor are standard on the top limited trim.
This Nissan Rogue is new and it's got a more distinctive style than the previous version. It's got the floating roof design we've seen from Nissan along with the V-Motion grille, but the actual body is more upright. The grille at the front is more upright and the same as the rear tailgate. In fact, this new model is 1.5 inches shorter than the previous Rogue and it's a little bit lower. One nice feature is the Rogue offers extra wide rear doors to make it easier to get car seats in and out. The Rogue comes standard with LED headlamps and tail lamps, heated outside mirrors, a temporary spare tire, and 17-inch wheels. 18 and 19-inch wheels are available on the top 2 trims. A panoramic sunroof is standard on the middle trim and a power liftgate on the top trim.
So in Canada, on the RAV4, you cannot get a pano roof. It's only a moonroof.
So the cars that are made for the Canadian market are actually made in Canada, and they're also supplied into the United States. But the U.S. supplements inventory from the Japanese factory, which does get you a pano roof. It's a strange mix of where these vehicles are made. One thing I would say, the Rogue's wheelbase is the same. Like when we talk about it being slightly shorter and a little bit lower, the wheelbase is the same as the old model. They just made the front and back a little bit more upright, which gives it smaller proportions.
Yeah, and it really gives it a nice boxy look. I think the styling is very nice on the Rogue. Nissan's done a good job, but I also like the exterior of the RAV4, that rugged look, and you can also get the Trail model, which gives it an even more rugged, kind of truck-like look to it. What I'm starting to realize is that there are a lot of people out there who don't need a sunroof.
I don't like a sunroof.
No.
So a couple of things. Down below in the description are links to the full-length videos, the full-length reviews of each of these vehicles. So watch those when you have a moment. And we also drop, Andrea does actually, on her Instagram the day before these videos, the exact same comparison on Instagram. So follow along. It's motormouth_Andrea, and then we get some comments and we read them out. I like the Rogue inside and out. I only wish they switched to a gear transmission like they did with the new Pathfinder. I think Nissan is listening now. Maybe we'll see gears in the future.
RAV4, as you just can't beat Toyota's reliability, and the new RAV4 looks great inside and out.
Toyota trumps Nissan any day in my book. I still miss my bought used 1996 Toyota Corolla wagon that went for 300,000 miles before I sold it.
Very surprised by the JD Power numbers. This vehicle is a big step forward for Nissan. Looks so much better inside and out than the previous generation, but how is the CVT? It will always be a question mark for me. Yes, you're right. The numbers are interesting. JD Power gives the 2021 Rogue a predicted score of 81 out of 100 for quality and reliability. And the RAV4, interestingly enough, 74 out of 100. When it comes to depreciation, CarEdge states the predicted depreciation of the 2021 Rogue will depreciate 48% after 5 years, and the RAV4 just 36% after 5 years, which are very impressive numbers.
The Rogue offers 2.4 inches more front legroom and almost an inch more rear legroom than the RAV4. The RAV4 comes standard with a heated front fabric seats, a 4.2-inch multi-information display, a 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and a 6-speaker sound system. There's a larger 8-inch touchscreen available and a 7-inch information display. Soft-Tech seats and ventilated front seats are standard on the top two trims. An 11-speaker JBL sound system, heated rear seats, wireless charger, and mixed leather and Soft-Tech seats are standard on the top limited trim. A heated leather wrapped steering wheel is standard on the XLE trim and above.
The Rogue, on the other hand, comes standard with a heated leather wrapped steering wheel, heated cloth front seats, an 8-inch touchscreen, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and a 6-speaker audio system. Once you move up to the top Platinum trim, you get a head-up display, a wireless charger, 9-inch touchscreen, a 12.3-inch digital dashboard, wireless Apple CarPlay, heated rear seats, and a 10-speaker Bose sound system.
So when you compare the two interiors, the RAV4 has kind of this industrial look to it. It's got the big knobs on the dash. It doesn't scream luxury in any way. However, the top trim Rogue that we had, quilted seats, much more upscale.
Yeah, very beautiful interior.
Yeah.
When I got into the Rogue for the first time, I said to myself, wow, is this really a Rogue? I think the fit and finish is just beautiful compared to the RAV4. Not to say that the RAV4 isn't comfortable, but I would like to see Toyota do a lot more with its interior. You get a smaller screen in the RAV4 compared to the Rogue. You even get a digital information display in the Rogue, which we don't see in the RAV4.
No, it's basically kind of stripped down, all you need, but nothing more.
Yeah, you kind of described it like your Tacoma pickup truck, right?
It's just industrial. It's not screaming comfort and luxury. It's just, here's the car, here's the basics, but you know what? It will work for years.
I have to say, one of our followers, a family member, was trying to decide between the Rogue and the RAV4 and ended up picking the RAV4. And to this day regrets it because she misses the luxury that she could have had in the Rogue. So maybe next time. Both SUVs offer plenty of second-row legroom and cargo space. The Rogue has almost an inch more rear legroom, but the RAV4 offers an inch more cargo space with the second-row seats up. The overall cargo space winner, well, that goes to the Rogue. It has 4 inches more space than the RAV4.
The Nissan Rogue starts at just under $29,000. The first all-wheel drive model is just over $31,000, and the top trim, the Platinum all-wheel drive, is almost $41,000.
The RAV4 front-wheel drive starts at $28,500. The all-wheel drive base model is $30,690, and the top limited trim is $41,500.
We're comparing all-wheel drive to all-wheel drive. The RAV4 all-wheel drive gets 9.4 liters per 100 kilometers in the city and 7.1 on the highway. That works out to 27 miles per gallon city, 34 miles per gallon highway.
The Nissan Rogue gets 9.2 liters per 100 kilometers in the city and 7.2 on the highway. That's 26 miles per gallon city and 33 miles per gallon highway.
The RAV4 can tow more. It can tow up to 1,500 pounds. The Rogue, 1,350 pounds.
Toyota and Nissan both have the same warranty, 3 years or 60,000 kilometers.
This is a tricky one, Andrea, because my brain says RAV4 all day long. Better resale value, 8-speed automatic transmission. It's going to deliver the mail all day, every day. That's the logical choice.
Yeah.
But your heart says Rogue.
Your heart says Rogue. First off, I can't handle the noise of the RAV4. If we were talking about a hybrid, maybe that would be a different story for me. But I would have to choose the Rogue only because the cabin is quieter. And I can have peace of mind and listen to my music.
And you've got the quilted seats. It's a much nicer package.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have the decades of built-in trustworthiness that the RAV4 delivers.
And I think that's the biggest problem with Nissan. When you see a RAV4, when you see any Toyota or Lexus products, you say, yes, I know I'm going to get this. It's going to start for me every day. And when it comes to selling it, I'm going to get my money back. As Zach says, it's the bank of Toyota.
You put the money in and you get it back when you go to sell it. You saw that in the depreciation numbers. It's only going to lose 36% of its value over 5 years. That's amazing.
Amazing. And the biggest problem with Nissan is it did have issues with its CVT. It's hard to come back from that. But what I can tell you is that it's a better CVT this time around. And when you look at the numbers from JD Power, it gets good reliability.
The way you get over it is to have consecutive wins.
For sure.
If Nissan can have vehicle after vehicle with this level of refinement and finish and prove themselves in the marketplace, then they're going to have much greater success. Well, that's it. Once again, make sure you watch the full-length videos that are linked below and follow Andrea at motormouth_Andrea to get your comments on the next time we drop one of these comparisons.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Oh, subscribe. Hit the bell, right?
Hit the bell. We gotta hit the bell.